Hello everybody and welcome to REYTech Media. My name is Joe and today I have a quick review of this little guy right here. This is a smartwatch by the company Coulax. The model number is SN87. Now this is a smartwatch that tries to look and feel kind of like the Apple Watch and at 12% of the price of the current Apple Watch SE. The thing is that it doesn't try too hard. Let's check it out. So like I said, this watch is sold by the company Coulax, and from what I can tell, this model number SN87 is actually a rebranded watch, and the model itself, SN87, is sold by several other brands. Now, for this particular one, sold by Coulax, is what this review is going to be based on. Now this is a very budget-oriented smartwatch, although at first glance it really doesn't seem like it's too much of a budget watch because it kind of looks alright. Like I said, it tries to look like an Apple Watch. If you do decide to go for this little smartwatch, it will set you back about $33.99. Now from a distance, it is very easy to mistake it for an Apple Watch, especially by someone who is not too familiar with what an Apple Watch actually looks like. Of course, if you look closely upon it, then you realize that this button right here is actually just a button and not a knob. Now it comes in this little box right here. Well, that's actually not so little, but there's really nothing to it. You just get some specifications here in the back, and when you open the box, all that it has is a documentation and user manual, which is kind of thick because it comes in very many languages, and all you get is the watch itself and a charging cradle. Now the cable is very short, as you can see, so you probably need to put your charging brick, which is not included by the way, pretty close to wherever it is that you want to set it. Now in my case, I have tried several smartwatches other than the Apple Watch. I actually have never tried an Apple Watch, and usually what I do is that I keep the watch with me at all times, except right now for the review, and because it has sleep tracking, all the ones that I have tried so far have sleep tracking, what I usually do is wear it all throughout the night, and whenever I take a shower, then I just put it in the charging cradle. And it's pretty straightforward. It's not magnetic or anything, but you can easily set it like this and it should start charging. There we go. It was actually turned off. So one thing that I like about this smartwatch, out of all the ones that I have tried, and alright, so it's not that many that I have tried, but out of the ones that I have tried, this is actually the only one that would let me set a custom wallpaper screen as a watch face. Well, actually a custom image as a watch face. Now, as you can see, it really doesn't let me do anything with it while it is charging, so I'm just gonna remove it. So it has a 1.4-inch screen with a resolution of 240 by 240, perfectly squared. And even though it's a very low resolution, relatively speaking, I find it that it looks pretty sharp. As you can see, I have a picture of my baby girl right here, and it is actually pretty sharp. The colors are really nice. I'm actually impressed by how the screen looks. Now the navigation on this watch is done by pressing the button right here to wake it up. Of course, you can also wake it up by moving your wrist. Let me just wait. You see? It wakes up with the movement, and once the screen is on, you can just swipe. Now one thing I really don't like about the way it looks when you swipe is that it draws the screen from top to bottom like this. I'm not really sure why it does that, because if you swipe to the left and right, you see this weird like swiping down effect, but if you actually swipe up and down, you see that the animation is actually pretty smooth and it doesn't draw always from top to bottom. If I swipe up, it's actually, you know, moving the entire image of the screen of each face. So I really don't know why they left it at swiping left and right and having the image drawn from top to bottom. It's something that annoys me a little bit, but I don't think it's a deal breaker in any shape or form. Now, putting this watch on is as straightforward as can be. You can adjust it easily. Now, the band is made out of a soft type of silicone, and one downside to the band is that it picks up dirt very, very easily, and it's really hard to take off. Maybe you can with a brush or something with soap and water. But one thing I really do like a lot about this is that you don't have a flap to hold the other part of the band here. Instead, you tuck it in under the other band. So it's actually pretty slick, and as you can see, it looks from a distance just like the Apple Watch. So if you're into that kind of look, then you will be pretty happy with this little smartwatch. Wearing this smartwatch is actually really comfortable. I often forget it, even though it looks a little bit tight when I'm wearing it right now. It is pretty easy to forget that it's there. I can very easily sleep with it, and it does have some sleep tracking. I have no idea what the accuracy of the sleep tracking is, but it does have it. In case you're interested, it does have a step counter like pretty much every single smartwatch / fitness tracker, and there's really not much to say about it. You can set alarms with it. It does come with an app that you sync it to, and it's the way that it takes the actual time. It uses the time on your smartphone to sync. You can, well, it's obviously connected to the phone through Bluetooth, and there are some settings that you can change. For example, the watch face. You have 4 different watch faces. Now, this one I find really nice to look at. It does look a little bit high-tech. You see this little graph right here that apparently is supposed to be the tracking of your physical activity. However, I quickly found out that this is just an image. So it looks good. It has no function whatsoever, so that was a bit of a letdown. However, the other graphs down here actually do display accurate information, as well as the weather up here. Obviously, the time and date, well, they have to be accurate. So I actually prefer to keep it on my custom image, which is my baby girl, of course. And that's kind of it as far as the looks go. Now, according to the box and to the manual, this has an IP rating of IP68, which is supposed to be waterproof, and you can submerge it in water. However, the Amazon listing says that it's IP67, and they don't recommend swimming with it. Also, the manual itself recommends not to soak it in water, so there's a bit of conflicting information. Usually, to be safe, you take the worst rating, which is IP67, and you take their word for it that you should not swim with it or soak it in water. So I'm guessing you can't swim with it. And I did find it rather strange because it does have on the sports section of the watch the option to track your swimming. So I really don't know why they bake it in the software if the manual and the Amazon listing recommends that you do not swim with it. So I guess that's that. It is what it is. As with most smartwatches, this one is turned on by rotating your wrist like so. And there are off hours, so I think I have mine set to 10:20 something or 10:20 p.m. So at that time, the only way to wake it up is through the button right here. There is no tap to wake, unfortunately. I really wish that it kind of had, though that may come with the compromise that you could accidentally activate it. So now there are a few things that I do not like about this smartwatch. I guess you kind of do get what you pay for at $34. Basically, this is a very nice looking watch, but it does appear to be pretty fragile. Now, another thing that I didn't like is that even though it has off hours that you can schedule so that the screen will not turn on, It does turn on when you receive notifications, so that's kind of a bummer. That means that if you happen to get a notification in the middle of the night, it will wake up the screen, and the screen is actually pretty bright, which is a good thing, I guess, but not if you're in the middle of the night. So the screen is bright enough that you can actually wake up your partner if she or he is next to you. Another downside to the quality of the watch is that it is almost entirely made of plastic. The housing does feel like it's some sort of metal. I'm not sure if it's aluminum, it really doesn't say, or at least not that I could find. But the screen does feel kind of plasticky, which means that if you are not super careful with it, I'm pretty sure it will get scratched pretty quickly. So in conclusion, what can I say? This is a very nice looking smartwatch for what it is. If you are really into the look of the Apple Watch, then you will definitely like it. It is very, very comfortable to have on your wrist. The alarm system is pretty good. It wakes you up with vibration only, and I found it to be very effective at that. Even the notifications, like I said, in the middle of the night, they can wake you up because of the vibration and the screen being really bright. I guess a negative unless you have your phone in Do Not Disturb or something. It will display pretty much any notification you receive, be that from messaging apps, social media, and it has a setting for other notifications, which is basically everything else. Now, I guess this watch is for anyone who is on a very tight budget. They want to have some sort of fitness tracking. It does count steps. I don't trust the accuracy of it, but rarely it is actually something that is super crucial. I mean, for some people it might be. If for you the accuracy of counting steps is super crucial, then you are best going for a Fitbit or a Garmin, something high-end. But of course you're gonna have to pay more for that. So overall, I can recommend it for the price. Like I said, $34 is actually pretty affordable. You get something that looks nicer than what the price suggests. And yeah, if you would like to check it out, there will be an affiliate link down in the description below. And I guess this is it. So thank you for watching if you're still here. Again, my name is Joe, and this has been a quick review of the Coulax SN87 smartwatch. And I really hope to see you in the next one. In the meantime, God bless you.